Hi, and welcome to Kidney Plugged In. We're very excited to welcome back Anne from Whitehorse in the Yukon. Anne, a CKD patient, joined us on the show several years ago to discuss the challenges of living with kidney disease and living in the Yukon. Well, Anne is back, 4 weeks post-kidney transplant surgery. And Plugged In caught up with Anne in Vancouver, where she is in post-transplant recovery. And Anne shared the good news story of receiving a kidney from her father, who was her living donor match. So stay with us because Anne joins us next, right here on Kidney Plugged In.
All right. What a beautiful
pollinator garden.
Right? Keep our bees happy.
Some lavender there.
And you had some stellar.
Oh, it's a community garden. Yeah.
Well, welcome, Anne, to Plugged In. We appreciate you being here today.
Thank you, Kate. Always happy to be here.
Yeah, fabulous. Well, can you tell me a little bit about your kidney journey and how it led to your transplant?
Yeah, so my kidney journey, if we go back to the beginning, I was diagnosed with lupus nephritis when I was 21. So it's been a long journey for me. 13 years ago, I was diagnosed with lupus nephritis, or SLE, and that is where the lupus activity attacks my body, and specifically, in my case, the kidneys. So I was just graduating, just turning 21 back then. So I was a 20-year-old young woman. I was about to graduate in the summer. I was interning at a London-based PR agency. And I started feeling slightly unwell, and yeah, it turned out to be lupus nephritis. It's completely silent. And once I was properly diagnosed, I had lost about 50% of my kidney function already, and that again is without serious red flags. The only red flag that I really had was being fatigued. And when you're 20, turning 21, and you're at university, you're studying for your last year, I was doing internships, I was also working part-time, I was also living life as a 20, 21-year-old. I thought I was just burning the candle at both ends. Yeah. So fatigue and stress, it happens to everyone. So that wasn't a huge red flag for me, because it was just such a normal response to life. At that age, 20, 21, you don't really think about having a chronic illness or chronic kidney disease. So emotionally, I think, first of all, like you said, I was very shocked. And I think I spent a couple of years in denial, if I'm being perfectly honest. I wanted to progress with my career, and I wanted to live my life as a normal 21-year-old woman in London, in the UK. So yes, for the first couple of years, I definitely emotionally tried to put that in the back of my mind and just try and go on with life as normal. And then over the years, obviously, once the kidneys are damaged, they can't regenerate, and they're damaged even further. And over COVID, my GFR really dipped down, unfortunately, which led me to think about my future. And so I decided on a transplant, which I had a month ago yesterday.
My goodness. Well, congratulations.
Thank
How
you.
exciting that you're on the other side now, right?
Yes.
It's been a long journey, but some time to prepare, sort of thing.
Yes.
Well, that's amazing. And you're feeling well?
I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling great. I'm walking. I'm doing almost regular things.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling good.
Now, you are joining from Whitehorse. You've come down because all transplants happen here in Vancouver.
Yes.
So you come from Whitehorse. I'm sure living in more of a rural place sometimes provides some challenges, but also a lot of beauty up there as well. How's that impacted your kidney journey throughout?
Yeah, that's a great question. So even though we're only 2.5-hour flight away from Vancouver, we are still deemed as rural. So things just take a bit more coordination, a little bit more time. So extending the timeline a little bit more by a couple of months. Just trying to coordinate everything has been a bit tricky, but it's been fine.
Yeah. And now you get to enjoy beautiful Vancouver for a bit of time, right?
Yes, and it's been beautifully sunny. I've had a second summer, so I can't really complain.
Right, exactly. And how long do you usually, they state to expect to be here?
So the doctors told me to be here for 3 months. So I'm here for 3 months unless they send me home early.
Well, we can only hope, because I'm sure being away from home is also hard too.
It is, yes.
Hey, honey, I lost the list for Jason's birthday thing. Obviously, hamburger, cakes. No, not hamburger cakes. Hamburgers and cake. And buns, sausage.
Ooh, eye candy.
Is it a full moon tonight? People are being weird. And don't forget to make the Facebook event private this time. Okay, bye.
Can you imagine losing most of something without realizing it? Over time, kidney disease can destroy up to 80% of kidney function before you notice any symptoms. Talk to your family doctor to see if you're at risk and need to be screened. It could save your life.
So Anne, we're here in Vancouver, downtown, right off of English Bay, enjoying some beautiful views this morning. Can you tell me a little bit about your transplant journey here, and did you receive from a living donor or a cadaveric transplant?
Yeah, so firstly I received a living donor, which was wonderful. And my transplant journey so far has been great. The first couple of weeks were difficult post-transplant, obviously with pain management, not being able to really move that much, and depending on others to help you do everyday things like cooking, cleaning, picking up after yourself. So that was difficult for me. But now, 4 weeks in, I'm feeling great. Got my mobility back, I'm more independent, feeling a lot more myself.
That's fabulous. As I think we were chatting earlier about, community is a huge piece of that transplant journey, and you have a full community with you here.
Yes, so my parents are here, my husband's here, I've got friends visiting, and the kidney community online has been wonderful. I've been communicating with others who've gone through similar things. It's been wonderful. I couldn't have come out the other end without all this community support from near and far.
And far, the beauty of the world that we live in today, right? The connectivity, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So a living donor, may I ask who was the amazing person that stepped forward?
Yes, it was my dad.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Yes.
What a wonderful person.
I know, such a beautiful gift. Very, very lucky that he was an excellent match, and that my dad was willing to donate a kidney so that I could have a second chance at life. So wonderful, absolutely emotional, all the emotions, so happy, so grateful.
Right,
Yeah.
and he also is a long ways from home as well.
He is, yes, he's here with me. He's healing up nicely. My parents are here until October, which is lovely. It's so nice to spend some quality time with them.
Yeah, absolutely. That's amazing. It's so special to go through that living donor process with someone,
Yes.
especially someone so close to you.
Yes, exactly.
Such a beautiful gift.
Yeah.
So the kidney transplant itself, it's an exhilarating, nervous, all the feelings. I think you and I were messaging that day a little bit, right?
Everything,
And you
all the
documented it along the way. Can you take
did.
us through kind of what your transplant day looked like?
Transplant day, yeah, that feels like so long ago now. So yeah, I went to the hospital early in the morning after fasting all night. I was there with my mum and my husband Ben. My dad was already in OR by that point. And I remember just preparing, getting the gown on, and just sitting there and just thinking positive thoughts and being quite practical about things. You know, thinking, okay, well, this is your surgery. You'll be fine. You're in wonderful hands. You've got the best team available. They've done this so many times, so there's nothing to worry about.
Right.
So my mind was mostly on my dad and how he was doing in surgery. But of course, after he was out, Dr. Mason, who was my dad's surgeon and my surgeon, he came and he said hi to us and said that everything went just fine. So that was fantastic. And so I could kind of relax a little bit and just focus on just some breathing, just chatting to my mum and husband as well, and just being in positive spirits.
And that's truthfully, and that reassurance hearing that your dad was well. I know in my journey as well, when I heard that my other half was doing well, I was very thankful, and it made for a good process.
Yes.
So you go into the surgery room. Was there anything, I know for me, being wheeled in, and it's just like this, it's a cold, bright room, and you're just like, what's happening? It's a little intimidating.
It is intimidating, and for me it was extra intimidating because I couldn't get the IV in.
Oh no.
So they were saying how tiny my veins are. I was like, I'm so sorry I have tiny veins. So they had to do it when I was in the operating room. So that was a bit of a rush on their end, which made me feel a little bit stressed, but it was fine.
Yeah. And then you count down and you go and have a really nice nap.
Oh,
and
wonderful nap. So nice.
You don't remember any of it, right? And then you're in the recovery room.
Yes.
What was the first thought that came out? Like, kind of you wake up and what were you thinking about?
What was I thinking about? So I opened my eyes. The first thing that I saw in front of me was a cup of tea. And I was like, oh, wonderful. I'm going to go drink this tea. I drank it, and I was obviously still pumped full of, you know, all kinds of stuff. So I was still a little bit flying high, as if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
I had a sip of this tea, and I thought it was just the best thing. It was like the most amazing tea that I've ever had. And I was like, oh, I have to ask them where they got this tea from. What is it? And then I found out that it was just Red Rose. So that was...
Shout out to Red Rose for post-surgery.
Shout out to Red Rose. Post-surgery tea. And then my second thought was to grab my phone and to message my loved ones. So the first thing I did was actually take a selfie and send it to my dad.
Nice.
My dad did the same, so he sent a selfie and sent it to me. And then I sent my selfie to my husband and my mum.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So they knew you were doing okay.
Yes.
Vice versa, you knew your dad was doing okay.
Exactly, yeah. It's just that reassurance of seeing Dad's face and his smile and sending my mum and my husband a picture of me.
Yeah.
Just so that they know that I'm all good.
Yeah, as a loved one, I'm sure it was tough to not come and immediately see you afterwards, but it's just part of the process.
It is,
original.
yeah. And they could see me the next day, once I had been moved up to Ward 6B, and I was a little bit more myself, less groggy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave me a message and I'll get back to you.
I can't believe it's been almost 20 years since we met. My whole life has changed. Whenever I felt alone, you were there for me. I guess what I'm trying to say is I couldn't have done it without the Kidney Foundation. And now I need you more than ever.
So Anne, you're post-transplant. How did you feel immediately kind of waking up after surgery?
I actually felt great.
Yeah?
I think because I was so high on adrenaline.
Well, yeah, it's a mixture, isn't it?
Yeah, it's everything.
Yeah.
So one, it was happiness that everything had gone to plan and that the kidney was working.
Yeah.
No complications. Two, didn't feel any pain because obviously they pump you full of lots of things. So I felt almost euphoric.
Okay. Right? Well, that's a nice way to wake up, isn't it? And then when did you notice that the kidney, like, did they say, hey, this is working fantastic? Like, what was your thought when you heard, okay, the kidney's working really well? Because sometimes kidneys are a little sleepy after this. Right. We could call it a traumatic experience of, in this case, coming out of one body and into another, and so that they're sleepy and take a little time to kick in. But did yours kick in right away and was producing urine? And
my kidney kicked in straight away.
Fabulous.
Dr. Mason came to see me and said, your kidney's working just fine.
Fabulous.
And then when I was moved up to the ward, the doctors came to see me and said, you're producing so much urine, your kidney's working overtime, your kidney is doing fantastic. So that was a real pleasure to hear and really just kind of alleviated any stress that I had about the kidney and whether it was going to be working my body, whether it was not. So yeah, that was really great.
Yeah, I think that's as a person going into a major surgery, right? That's always a question to, you know, of course, optimistically being like, everything's going to go to plan. So I'm so glad to hear that it was working just the way that it should be.
I know.
Your dad's super kidney.
My dad's super kidney. I was producing 5 liters of urine an hour.
That's a lot.
Which is a lot. Yeah.
That is a lot of urine, right? Exactly. So you go up to 6 weeks. How many days were you in hospital afterwards?
I was in hospital for 5 days because it was a long weekend. So 5 days, and I thought that was just the right amount of time. Okay. Very happy to leave.
They were wonderful, but
absolutely wonderful, but thank you. I'm ready to go and sleep in my own bed.
Yes. Yeah. You're home away from home, and
away from home.
Yeah, it's always a little bit different. You know, hospitals are great for what it is, but not for an extended stay.
Yes. Yeah, especially because obviously it's part of their job to check up on you.
Yes.
So overnight they come and they shine a flashlight in your face to make sure you're okay.
Oh.
And that happened about, I think 4 times throughout the night. So they do that now, and so that really interrupts your sleep. But yeah, all the team was so wonderful there. I can't say enough good things about the team there.
So now 4 weeks since your surgery,
Yes, 4
what
weeks.
what has the last 4 weeks, you know, getting out of hospital, settling in, what does that look like from your post-care for a transplant?
Yes, so for me, I focused on healing, nourishing foods. My appetite came back straight away.
Fabulous.
I was eating, and I still am eating, so much food, making sure that I got my protein in for healing, of course, and getting my strength back up. So my mum's been cooking up a storm every day, making sure that I've got all my veggies, my protein, my carbs.
Right.
And then just resting.
Yeah.
Just resting, because as you mentioned, it's a traumatic event to your body.
Right.
Your body's gone through so much and is still going through so much and processing everything and healing. And so, you know, I just really tried to concentrate on taking naps, sleeping when I wanted to, if I needed to, not feeling guilty about being in bed and reading if I wanted to, or looking through my phone.
Right.
Just focusing on healing and resting up and that,
And I think the biggest thing too is, you know, having this major surgery now for keeping your dad's kidney happy, right? Medication is a huge part of being post-transplant. So how's that adjustment to some new medication to you and some that you've visited before in your early journey, but back on it now. How is your body adjusted to that?
Yeah, so the mycophenolate I was taking for about 15 plus years already for my lupus. So I was diagnosed at 21 and they put me on mycophenolate. I stopped about 2 years ago because my lupus was very quiet, thankfully. I had no flares, but now I'm back on it. my body's adjusted to that just fine. I think because of the 15+ years I'd been on before.
Yeah.
The tack was interesting. So they adjust the tack based on your blood work, as you know. And when I have too much tack in my blood, my skin gets really itchy. It's just so itchy, unbelievably itchy. But now it's much better, now that my tack levels have been adjusted, and they are still being adjusted since I'm only 4 weeks post-transplant. Feeling much better. Yeah.
That's
so for me, the medication has been really quite manageable. I feel very lucky for that, and I'm also glad that I'm not on prednisone steroids, because I was on that again for 15+ years, and I found that very difficult to deal with. So I'm very grateful that I'm not on steroids.
Yeah, we do hear that. And everyone's, I guess, best word to use is concoction of medication post-transplant can be varying. And, you know, the ones you've listed are some of the key ones that are used, especially in those first bit. And then, it will taper or change throughout the years as well. So, well, that's fabulous. Well, thank you for taking us through your part of the journey so far. And, yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Kate.
So your dad being your living donor, what a beautiful gift that is. And how's his recovery going so far?
He's doing really well. Obviously, donors, they recover a little bit slower than the recipient. They have a different surgical area, so his is a little bit bigger than mine, and his is right kind of on below the belt line, almost like a C-section.
Yeah.
And so his journey has been slower than mine, but he feels better every day, and he's walking, he's eating really well, he's in high spirits.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so he's doing well.
Yeah, I think that's quite common, and they prepare the donors to know, like, you know, they're coming into this process because they are very healthy and able to make that donation, but it is even more so of a shock. And then the recipient, of course, has usually not been feeling quite as well, and perks up a little quicker, I find, on the other end. Well, I'm so glad to hear that he is recovering well, and hoping that, of course, that continues quickly for him so he can get back to all his normal things. But a cool fact that not everyone thinks of, too, is how many kidneys do you have now?
Yeah, so I have 3 kidneys now.
Right? And your dad only has now?
He has 1.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting that the new kidney is kind of in the hip area around there. And lots of my friends didn't know that I would have 3 kidneys. I think they thought that the kidneys would be removed. And then they'd insert the new kidney into where the kidneys usually are, which is kind of this area. But no, I have 3 kidneys, and my new kidney is right here.
Yeah, no, I get that question all the time as well. And I think the biggest thing is, unless the original kidneys are either cancerous or quite large or dangerous to the recipient, they stay, because it's a very invasive surgery. So
for sure,
I know it is a little fun fact when post-transplant that you have 3 versus just 1, right?
Exactly, yeah.
That's amazing. One of the other questions about post-transplant is, there sometimes, is there any like traits or things that you've noticed differently of receiving from a living kidney donor?
Yes, a couple of things. One of them is that I'm feeling really hot all the time. I'm running warm now, and I never did. I always ran cold. Even as a child, I would run cold. But now I'm running really hot, and my dad runs hot. So I don't know if it's post-op or if it's a trait that I've just got from my dad from this new kidney. But eating dinner as well. I've been sweating eating dinner, and my dad does that. So, and that's never happened to me before.
Interesting.
So obviously it's been quite warm here.
It has, yeah.
But I don't know, that was just something funny that I had noticed.
Well, I was sharing with you too, that was kind of a similarity to receiving from my husband, and started working out, and I would get so sweaty, and I was like, I've never sweat this much, and he does as well. So maybe there's something about, maybe the better working kidney, right? The blood flow and that sort of thing, but that's pretty cool. You'll have to let us know if anything else interesting pops up for little traits and stuff. So, well, thank you for sharing that.
Let's see. So, kidney is these are my grandpa's kidney stones. They're very precious. Kidney is a bone in your back that helps you turn. I don't know, to be honest.
They don't know kidneys are vital, do you? Get the facts at kidney.ca.
So the whole world is in front of you now. You're post-transplant.
Yes.
What are you looking forward to most? I know you're here for the next little bit, but then home to Whitehorse. What are you looking forward to? What's in the future for you?
I have some audacious goals that I want to achieve.
Oh, amazing. Love it.
Mostly around fitness. Now that I'm feeling good, I have a kidney, a new kidney, so I have some goals that I'd love to hit. One of them is I want to climb Mount Kilimanjaro in 2 years.
Oh, amazing.
And I want to do a firefighter's training course as well, just to push myself a little bit, just to prove to myself that I can do this. So that's important to me.
Yeah.
But in the immediate weeks and months ahead, Dad and I are going to go for a celebratory meal.
Yes.
I think we're going to go and have some roast duck.
Ah, delightful. Well, many options here in Vancouver.
So many.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to my first meal out there with family and my dad. I have a concert plan that I'm going to here as well, which I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Reliving my childhood memories there with Aqua. Yeah, so I have a couple of goals, short-term, mid-term and long-term.
Yeah.
And I'm really going to push myself to reach them and meet them.
Well, thank you for taking the time with being us
Thank
today
you.
on the Plugged In, and we can't wait to follow your continued journey and some of these amazing goals that you have set for yourself.
Thank you. I have to reach them now.
Hey, perfect. It's on video.
It's on video.
Thanks, Anne. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thanks. That's the one thing about down here, right? Is that there's always the float planes.
Always. It's worse than Victoria.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, they're coming in constantly.
Every like 10 minutes. I'm like, how do people live here like this?
Yeah, that would be a lot.
And there's a little like market over the weekends, just in that little green space where those patterns are. And then there's Stanley Park right there.